Okay, sometimes it tells me when it's going to stop and give me a countdown, and then other times it doesn't. So
you
you riddle me that. I'm going to get myself off there. All right, so today I'm going to show you how to find all the different angles in something called an anglegram.
So these are
anglegrams. I'm on page 7 of your packet.
And
however you feel about jigsaw puzzles is how you're going to feel about anglegrams. Okay, so they're generally like puzzles, and you kind of have to figure out what's the best way to go about them. There's more than one way to do these a lot of the time. And as long as you follow a good path, you can get to the right answer different ways. I'm going to show you something real quick on your calculator. If you have a calculator like mine, you can store a number in your calculator, and it can be very, very useful. So we're going to constantly be subtracting from 180. So I want to store 180 in my calculator. So I'm going to type in 180. And then the storage button is right here to the left of number 1, and I'm going to store that in. So I have an arrow to the right for X, and X is right above that, and then I hit enter. And now when I do X, that means it's 180. So if I do X minus 30, I should get 150, and I do. So instead of typing 180 over and over and over again, I can just hit X. All right, so knowing that, let's start going alphabetically. And I say alphabetically because down here I have the 143. So since this is 143, these make a linear pair. So I'm going to do 180 minus 143, and here I go. I'm going to use that X button over and over. So X for 180 minus 143 gives me 37 degrees. So A is 37 degrees. B is vertical to 143, so these are the same. So this is also 143. And then you're constantly looking for the trick in these questions. So here I had parallel lines in this diagram. So then these are alternate interior angles. So that means angle C is also 37 degrees. So this is 37 degrees. And then vertical to angle C is angle E, which is also 37 degrees. So this is also 37 degrees. You may notice that you have a straight line here. I want you to notice that. So that means 37 plus 85 plus D equal 180. So now I would do 180 minus 85 minus 37. Alternatively, you could have added 85 and 37 and then subtracted from 180. It really doesn't matter. So I'm going to do X minus 85 minus 37. And you get 58 degrees. So that's going to be D. Okay. And then I would find F next. These two angles, remember that corollary that we talked about the other day? These two angles add up to 90. So I would do 90 minus 37. You're going to get 53 degrees. And then you might look at this diagram and say, eek, I don't really know what to do from here. It can be kind, sometimes you get to these spots and it's a little bit like dominoes where you're stuck. And then suddenly you can figure out one thing, and then whoosh, you get a whole bunch right after. And that's going to happen to us in a second. So I'm going to do something. I'm going to take my paper and I'm going to turn it quite a bit. And now if you look here, I'm going to go to a green. So if I look at this particular triangle here, this is an isosceles triangle. These are your two congruent legs, and these are your two congruent base angles. So you have a 48-degree angle here, and angle G is also 48 degrees. And this is what's so hard about geometry, because you have to see it. You either see it or you don't for a lot of things. Okay, I'm going to go back to my regular orientation, and now I want to figure out H, because now once I get H, I can get K, and then from K, I can get M, and you can see that it just kind of goes through a whole bunch. All right, so couple of things here. I can do 48 plus 48, and I get, whoops, 48 plus 48, and you're going to get 96. But remember, and I said that this isn't one that you have to use, but that's your exterior angle. This is going to be 96 degrees when you add those two together. Then you can do 180. Remember, I have X, so X minus my answer. The answer was 96. Then I hit enter and I get 84. If you didn't like the way I just did that, you can type in 180, subtract 48, subtract 48, and then you get 84 here. And then you can say, oh, these two add up to 180. You can do 180 minus 84, and you get the 96. So I just kind of use some of the things that I had mentioned to you guys in class. Okay, now I have a pink triangle here. Here's my pink highlighter. These three angles add up to 180. Okay, so now to find M, you would do 180 minus 96 minus 58. These are long questions. And I get 26 degrees. So that top angle with one tick is 26 degrees, which means the angle to the left of it that has the same markings, they're congruent angles. This angle is also 26 degrees. And now you can look at this blue triangle. And these three angles add up to 180. So you can do 180 minus 85. So you can do 180 minus 85 minus 26. Okay, you're going to get 69 degrees here. And then we're back to our parallel lines, all that work to get there. And then we have corresponding angles here. So angle P and angle S are corresponding. So that means S would also be 69 degrees. And then to get angle R, you would do 180 minus 69 degrees because they are a linear pair. To get 111. And all that work just for that one question. And so much of these anglegram questions are, can you see it? Do you see the pattern and all that? All right, any questions on number one? All right, let's move on down to number two on page 7. This one I think is maybe a little bit easier than the top problem. So if you look here, you have parallel lines. They're marked way down over here to the right. And they also tell you that they're parallel. And that's really important because then you can get your alternate interior angles, consecutive interior angles, supplementary, stuff like that. So this is 68 degrees. Angle B is alternate interior. They make that Z. So this is also 68 degrees, but these have congruent markings, so this is also 68 degrees. And now you can get a few angles pretty easily. To get angle A, I would do 180 minus 68, and to get angle C, I would do 180 minus 68 minus 68. Go ahead and find A and C. All right, and hopefully you're finding angle A is 112 degrees, and angle C is 44 degrees. All right, then you have your alternate interior angles here. Again, so that means angle D is 44 degrees. Across from angle D, vertical to it is a 44-degree angle. You should be able to get angled E. Go ahead and get angled E. You're going to do 180 minus 44. All right, and then that should come out to 136. And then from there, you can get F and G. So this is going to be 180 minus 44, so that's 136. And now these are basically going to be the same because you have that isosceles triangle. So call this one G if you want. And then some of you are going to want to write an equation and do 44 plus G equals 180. Others of you are going to want to do 180 minus 44 and then divide by 2. Either way is fine. I love technology. Okay. So you subtract 44. I'm going to get 2G equals 136. You divide by 2. And you're going to get 68 degrees. There's a lot of 68s in this particular question. All right, so then these are both 68. Okay, and then F and K are corresponding, so maybe you pick up on that, or maybe you work your way over, but this is 68 as well as this one. And then if this is H, this is H, so these make an isosceles triangle, so you're going to do the same thing again. This time you could just do x minus 68 and then divide by 2, and you're going to get 56. So that's 56 degrees. H is 56 degrees. And then L is also 56 degrees because they're alternate interior. So you can kind of tell, like you really kind of have to be a visual person to do these successfully. H is 56, L is 56, alternate interior angles. All right, and then finally to get M, you have a linear pair, so you would do 180 minus the 56. And that's going to be 124 for M. Okay, any questions on number 2? Okay, go ahead and flip to page 8. All right, here's our third anglegram. I know they're your favorites now that you've done a few. All right, so if you look here, a lot of it is kind of seeing your picture. If I was able to white out everything, you could see that big upside down triangle. This one reminds me of a Jewish star. You have kind of one triangle facing up and then one facing down. So you can get A pretty quickly. So I really like that storage button and kind of saves a little grief. So X minus 40 minus 71. Gives you 69 degrees, so angle A is 69 degrees. You should be able to get angle B pretty easily. So this is going to be 180 minus 30, 133. So that'll be 47. Actually, C is just exterior, so you could add these two angles together to get C. That's the easiest way to do it. So 47 plus 69 gives you 116. This one you don't have anything parallel. And usually you kind of get to a point where you can kind of get a little bit stuck. Sometimes you need to find angles that aren't marked in the diagram. So this would be a time where I would say, I kind of think I can get D, but I need that 40 first. Then I can get D by doing 180 minus the 40 minus the 47. All right, and that's going to be 93. So this is 93. Then you can get this angle and that angle and this angle. So again, the dominoes, where once you get one, you can get a whole bunch. So now I'm going to do x minus 40 minus 93. So this angle here is also 47. So they're both 47. So these are both 47. Those are 47. So 47, 47, you can find E. Gosh, am I done? I think that's the last one. Phew. All right, so then I can do 180 minus 47 minus 47, and I get 86 degrees. In all honesty, I did this question yesterday, and I might have done it a different way. So there's more than one way that you can do a lot of these questions.